got to try to get psyched up for this leg day. And I will say, I am pretty happy actually that um, I'm gonna be able to give my shoulder a little bit of a rest. I mean, am I gonna be? I mean, using it a little bit, yes, but to the extent that I've been using it since Sunday, when it first started hurting, nothing like that. Obviously, not even close. So, you know, and I'm not hoping for a miracle here. I mean, I guess I am, but I know that's probably not gonna happen because it would be a miracle if in one day it got better just for me, hitting legs and not really straining it too much. Um, but if it could just be a little better, I mean, just a little by tomorrow, I would be so happy. Any step in the right direction is a good step if you ask me. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to hurt but chug this pre-workout. I'm gonna start with leg curls, like always. It's gonna be unilateral leg curls, unilateral leg extensions. Um, and as much as I hate doing unilateral, I really do. I mean, I don't hate it, but if I could choose, get the same benefit, the same growth, the same response between bilateral and unilateral, I think just about anybody would choose bilateral. It's quicker, you get both legs done in one go. But I know I was gonna say think, but I know doing unilateral leg curls and leg extensions. One, I can lift more weight because obviously it's not more weight, but you guys know what I mean. It's more. I guess it is. It's more weight on each individual leg because I'm doing one leg at a time. So you guys, I mean, on the leg curl and the leg extensions, when I would do both legs at the same time, I just wouldn't go heavy enough. It just doesn't go heavy enough for me. So doing one leg at a time for my hamstrings and my quads, it's gonna really really benefit me. I just gotta stick with it. I was doing a unilateral for a good while, maybe a couple months at one point, and I just got tired of it and I went back to bilateral. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I prefer bilateral, but knowing unilateral is going to be more beneficial, it's probably going to give me more growth. Even though it's a little, it you use more time, it takes a little longer. I mean, damn, like if it's for the gains, I'm willing to sacrifice a little. Actually a lot. I'm being honest, but if it's going to give me even just 1% more, you know, why not? Just do it. You know what I mean? I'm kind of preaching to myself here. Just do it. Yes, doing one leg at a time, and then the other leg. Yeah, what's it take? An extra 20, 30 seconds? If that extra 20, 30 seconds, you know, like I said, even gives me 1% more. At this rate, being 14 years in, I got to get all I can. I got to squeeze as much juice out of this lemon as I can. So I don't know if that's a good analogy, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. So yeah, let me chug this, shut my trap. I'll go, I'll chug this, and then I'll do, I don't know, 3 or 4 warm ups each leg, about 10 minutes, and then by that point, this should start kicking in and get into that first set of leg curls. When I first started doing these, I think it was a couple weeks ago. It's only been a couple weeks, I think. Um, but yeah, when I first started them, I had this on 90 pounds, and I think it was pretty easy. And if I remember right, last week I went up to 100. That was a little more challenging, obviously. And I think I'll do another week at 100 pounds. I mean, I could probably go up to 105, but there's no reason in rushing. Maybe another week or 2 or 3, however long I feel like it's still good. I'll work with 100 pounds here, but warm ups went a little quicker than I thought, which tends to be a kind of a theme for me. Um, I just can't help it though. I kind of fly through warm ups. I get excited, ready to lift. So it doesn't matter. I'm ready. So let's do this first one. Ah. Damn it. I think that was the same number of reps each leg, but if I told you I was 100% certain of that, I'd be lying to you, most definitely. But I think it was. It was within one rep, I believe. So, whew, damn, one set. That's got me kind of lit up already. Shit. That was a good start, though. Now, you've seen on that set, both legs I went. I mean, pretty much a failure. I mean, at least within, again, one rep. Could I have done one more? Maybe. But I feel comfortable in saying that was pretty much failure without actually failing, if that makes sense. So that was good. Am I gonna do that on every set? I'll probably do 3 sets here. Probably not. We'll see. Like a lot of times, like I don't want to say this. I like to have a game plan. I go into each lift, each exercise, each set with a general idea of what I want, what I'm trying to do. Um, but sometimes halfway through the set, or at the beginning of the set, close to the end, whenever it happens, um, something might change. Like I said, something might happen, and it kind of changes what I originally was thinking. So, I could sit here and say all day, oh, the next 2 sets, I'll stop a little. I won't go quite as far that close to failure. Maybe instead of within one rep or right at that rep, I'll stop another rep or two prior. But like I said, if I get into each set and it feels good, I might push it farther than what I think. So we'll see how it plays out. We got 2 more here with a drop set. Move on to leg extensions, and hopefully, I'm hoping today. I got this. It's not the fancy, but I got something in the mail yesterday. I briefly brought it up that should help me with hack squats. I think. So we'll give that a try after these 2 first exercises. I'm getting ahead of myself, which I tend to do too. So yeah, let's do a couple more here first. Oh my god. Let's do a little drop set here. I have it on 100. Since I'm going to both legs, let's just. This won't be a drop set technically. I'll bring it up to 110 and I'll hit it with both legs. All right. All right. Hamstrings are shot. I think this was success. This was a success. I can't even formulate my sentences right. Damn. All right, and I know I just hit hamstrings, okay, but I just can't pass this up. The lighting over here is too good, so we're gonna get a few quad shots. I got enough blood circulating through my whole legs that I can justify flexing my quads after leg curls, right? Well, that's what I'm trying to do. So, all right. Whew. All right. Now that I've flexed them, let's go actually work the quads a little bit. All right. So this is what I got for my knee. I know, fancy, right? Just a little compression strap, pretty much is what I'll call it. Um, but yeah, basically, it's a very thin strap. You can tell. But basically, you just tighten it, and this doesn't work for everything, obviously. But I have a direct point. I don't know if it's inflammation or what. A direct point where I can feel and kind of trace my knee pain to, and it's right here. So ideally, I'll put this compression strap on here, and get it nice and tight, and that compression will kind of alleviate, if not completely eliminate, the pain. So now this is just kind of a cheap fix. We'll see if it, you know, how well it works. But like I said, was it yesterday? Whenever I said it, oh, come on, that yeah, I have knee wraps and knee sleeves, but those actually help you to lift more weight, and that's not what I want. If I'm gonna be lifting more weight, that's just gonna be more strain and tension on my knee. So I wanted something that again would alleviate the pain, but not really add any weight to the bar or anything. So I mean, it's not much. I mean, I have two of them actually. I might maybe could even double it up if I have to, but I'm gonna try this. I have the the weight on 170, which is 10 pounds more than last week. Even I started at 150 when I started this, went up to 160 last week. Now it's on 170. So, um, but my quads are, I mean, pretty much everyone's quads. My quads are significantly stronger than my hamstrings. So, going up 10 pounds today is not the same as if I went up 10 pounds on the leg curls. I don't think I'm quite ready on leg curls on this. I feel a little more ready. So let's try it. Ideally, around 15 reps, give or take, is where I'd like this first set to be. One or two reps more than 15 or one or two less is fine. As long as it's around 15. And then by the third set, I should be around 10 ish, theoretically, and then do the drop set. That is a good weight for these unilateral leg extensions. 150 was too light. 160 was close, but just a little too light still. 170 is right there on the money, I think. At least for now. We'll see how long. Ideally, I can keep going up. Not every week, but you guys know. I mean, monthly maybe. So the other leg. Okay. One more to drop set. Give me a second, and then I'll do this drop set. Okay, that was good, really good. I will adjust the weight accordingly. If I need to go lighter, well, the only reason I would need to go lighter than this, even after everything I've done, is if my knee or just something else was hurting that bad. This weight's pretty, like I said, even after everything I've done, it's pretty manageable. Um, but yeah, like I said, I will adjust accordingly. If I need to throw a 25 on, I'll throw a 25. Hell, if I even need to throw another 45 and make it, 6 plates per side, I'll do that too. But so I'm gonna have my feet. Well, let me kind of show you before I even. My feet pretty much toes flush with the top of the platform, but my feet are. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. You probably should be able to. My feet are pretty close together. I mean, I only got maybe 2 inches um to my feet, and I would like to even go closer than that. But to not make this rated R, I'll just say my legs have gotten so much mass that it compresses some things when my feet are this close, and it is not comfortable to squat like that. So, I keep probably about a couple inches between my feet. So that's gonna work. The closer your feet are, the more it's gonna work the outer quad sweep, which is gonna give you that, from the say like you're hitting the back double bicep, it's gonna make your legs look wider from the back and from the front. So it's kind of a win-win. I like doing a lot of my squats and leg presses feet close. But then again, also a lot of my leg press when I do my heavy stuff, my feet are all the way out to the very outside of the platform and pretty high up to hit the hamstrings and the hips and glutes a little more too. So, but the idea is, like I said, my feet are closer, about 2 inches between them, but I bring them up higher. So, like if my feet were down here, this would be all quads, like practically nothing else. But when I have my feet close, it's still mainly quads. But when I bring them up higher, it's gonna incorporate the hamstrings and the glutes a little more. Like I said, it's still mostly mostly quads. Like if I had this might not be exactly right, but percentage wise, with my feet close like this and right there, it's still probably 75% quads. Down here, it's 90, 95, maybe even 99% quads. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, that's the idea. I I kind of almost want to throw a 25 on. No, let me do this. Let me do this, and I still have 2 more sets. And like I said, if I need to go up, I'll go up after this. I just don't like to do over 15 reps on this because then it almost becomes cardio. You're going up and down, up and down, up and down with all this weight on your back, and it's hard to maintain your breathing. But I'll try it. I don't know what was up with that, but you guys might not have caught it. The first, whatever it was, 8 or 9 reps, my feet were sliding off with each rep. Like I said, by the eighth or ninth one, my toes were hanging over, kind of messed up the set a little bit because it made me stop sooner than I had to. Yeah, I did 12. Like if that wouldn't have happened, I think I could have done 10 straight. Why did I stop? I could have done like 14 or 15. I'm gonna throw 25 on. Fuck it. Bring me down around 10, I think. Do that a couple times. Kind of see where I'm at. Damn it. Man, my knee was doing so good until this last set. Yeah, this little compression band or sleeve, whatever you want to call it, can only go so far. I was gonna do a drop set, or not even a drop set. I was gonna do a back down set. Go down to like 3, probably just 3 plates per side. Go real slow and controlled. But after that, after feeling this pain in my knee, I don't know. Let me think about it. My quads are pumped though. Whew. Whew. Yeah, they are fucking pumped. And my knee hurts. So yeah, I don't know. Again, this was going to be a back down set to finish, not a drop set. Drops that I'd already been going into it. So let me think about it. Like another minute at least. And you guys will know right now. Basically, I'm gonna try to do a couple reps here. And if after a couple reps it feels like, okay, you know what, I can get something out of this, um, I'll keep going and I'll do what I can, make it as good as I can. But if I do a couple reps and it just feels bad and not worth it, I'll probably bail and we'll just go check out the pump. So let's see. mm, yeah, no, it's not worth it. Damn. On the way down on the eccentric, felt fine. But as soon as I started flexing up on the concentric, pain is getting worse by the set. So we're just gonna stop there. As much as I honestly would really like to do this, make it an even 10 sets, which is what I normally do. I only got 9 today with a couple drop sets, so it's not gonna, still a pretty good day. And I went up in weight on the leg curls and leg extensions, so yeah, good day. We'll call it good. Even though I'd really like to do this, can't say I didn't try. I did. So let's go do some posing. Let's straighten this up a little bit. All right, I mean this compression band, it kind of worked, and then it didn't, all in the same breath. Um, like I said, though, it's just a cheap little. Actually, let me take it off. It's just a cheap little fix. Or at least I tried to make it that. Uh, yeah, I mean, could I use the knee wraps and the knee sleeves that I have? Yeah, but like I said, you know, that kind of compression helps with the knee flexion. And then therefore you can lift a little bit more weight. I don't want to lift more weight. I was just trying to alleviate the pain. Like I said, it kind of worked, and then again it didn't. So it is what it is. I tried. I'll probably still keep wearing it just for the simple fact that I can keep wearing it, and even if it's just helping 1%. Like I said, 1%. It's 1%. So, but yeah, let's just make this pretty quick. It's just legs. So, ah, I don't like the way I said that. Yeah, it's just legs, but what I mean is there's not much that goes into my leg posing, so it's pretty quick and simple. For whatever reason, I can't freaking shake my right leg. I can't get that. Can't freaking get my brain to do it. Left leg's fine. All right, hit the side one more time, just in case that first one wasn't good. All right, man. Like I said, it's pretty freaking simple. Good thing is my knee is feeling a little better. It's still tender to the touch, but I did what I could today. Sometimes That's just what it boils down to. All right, be back tomorrow for some chest. Um, See how my shoulder's feeling. Like I said, it's nice to have a little bit of a break from putting any pressure or straining it. I traded one problem for another though. My shoulder feels okay. Now my knee's kind of hurting. All right, I'm done. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow for chest.